Hello everybody. Today we're going to see how I draw Supersonic Wolf. Alright, I'm going to start off with a quick sketch. Try to do something fun. Something cool. And I think I'm going to go for a big action pose on this one. I did before on the other one. And I just feel like these guys are very action oriented, you know? Let's see. So I know you probably can't see this, don't worry about it. This is more for me, just to make sure that I get everything in here because A, I'm doing something crazy here. And B, I just want to make sure everything's in the pose. And then I'll switch over to sharpies and you'll be able to see much better. So I just gotta sketch everything out real quick and we can get started. Alright, so yeah, so these are like what are they? High altitude pilots, that kind of thing. So I don't know. I just feel like we should do something crazy with them. You know, something like I said, something action oriented. The very first one I did, what was his name? Skull, I think. I think that's the one I did. I did him just standing there, and you know, okay. But I don't know. I just felt like these guys need a little bit more action, you know. Let's see. And there's not too much detail in their outfits, so I can have a little more fun with it. I just have to, because I'm creating it, because I'm creating this pose, I got to think about all the things they have in their outfits and make sure that I leave room for them too. Because I gotta put them in their poses to make it look right. Okay. All right. I think I'm about where I need to be, and I can get started. I think that's enough. And then I'll fake the rest. What could I do with this hand? Let's see. Let's do it out like that too. Okay. His hands are gonna be out. Jazz hands, right? All right. I'm gonna switch over to sharpies. I'm gonna use mostly the fine point sharpie, then add a little bit of detail with the pen sharpie. So I'm just gonna get started and get into his mask. So I'm going to draw a little circle right here, and that'll start me off. Now I can draw everything else. So I'm going to draw the sides of his mask, and that'll let me do some other spots. Basically, those are places to start. And once I start drawing those lines, that'll give me guides of where I can do everything else. Okay, so there's the mask. So now let's do his visor. It's going to kind of come around like this. Make it real big bubble visor, something like that. And then we'll build off of that. And we'll do his other parts. Again, it's start, stop points. That's basically what I'm looking for, is places to start, places to stop, and going from there, basically. So let's see, and this is going to be holding on to his helmet, and he's got little dots on top that I'll add on in a second. Little things like that. See, just little cool stuff. Let's see, let's draw his hose. His hose I'm going to do like this. I'm going to do little jagged edges around the entire thing, just because of the way it is. And I'm following my sketch, something like that. What I'm going to do, just to give it some fun, I'm going to add little lines like that. So I'm not going to try to hit every single one of those. There's no time for that, and it's not necessary. This gets the point across. But what I am doing is following the way I drew it. So see how I kind of like wrapped the circles around, or the edges around? Pretty cool, right? That's why you sketch, so you can plan stuff like that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and draw. Let's see, let's draw his collar. I guess that's the best way to say it. Got another one coming out like this. We'll just draw a line like that, just to emphasize that something is there. And he's got his little packs on his chest. So we'll just draw 2 of those like that, and the flap that hangs over it. And let's see, and it's held on by a strap. And that strap is something like this. Connect it right there. And because of my sketch, I know where it's going to go, so I'm just going to kind of do something like this, and I can just add the edges, right? Because I know where his edges of his body are going to be. Okay, so let's draw up to his arms. So his chest is going to be like this, and that's going to be the edge of his little suit right there. So I know that the other edge is going to be right there for my sketch, so I can just do this basically. Just kind of go up, and again, just draw the line, because that's where his chest part's going to be. So let's go ahead and draw his hands. This one is going to be kind of up. They're both going to be up, so that means his material is wrinkled like that. So I'm going to draw to there, and that'll give me to his elbow. And he's got a little armband around like that, and that'll kind of give me a guide of where I'm going to do this. So again, creases for his material, just a couple of lines, something like that. And then this one is going to kind of do something like this, because he's got a shoulder pad right there. Okay, so his shoulder is inside there, but I drew this to the edge here because that's overlapped a little bit like that. So now I just like to add just little more thin lines like this, just to accent it, basically. Okay, so let's draw his, let's see, it's got the little buckles, it goes out like that, and he's got another one up here at his wrist, same thing, draw the buckle. And so that means I can draw his forearm like this now, go and connect it. And his hand, since I sketched it out, I know how it's going to go. So basically this is going to be his thumb. It's going to come up here like this, up to his hand, and his pinky's over here, so that part of the hand is like that. So now I'm just going to basically draw up to the fingers like I sketched out. And so I'm kind of like throwing them out like that, just kind of adding a little creativity, a little artistic license, you know. And sometimes I've been doing this lately, is just adding some crease lines, just to show that you know, he's wearing gloves, but you know, that again, that those are folded over and creased. Okay, so let's do this other arm over here too. And so he's got a big shoulder pad on that too, so I'm just going to kind of do something like this, and then come back inside and do the other part. Close that off, and this has like little circle things all over it like that. So, and there's my edge that I wanted to add, so I'm just going to kind of do like this and add those little circle things like that. And the rest of it you can't really see because it's behind that tube, so we're getting away with drawing a little bit less. Okay, so now we're going to draw the arm just like this over here, but I'm going to draw a couple creases for the material, and then bring it over to the elbow like that. Bring this one down like this, and then again, that's where that little strap is going to be, something like that. Okay, draw the other one over here, again like this, and that'll give us edge lines to draw to. And again, I like drawing creases, you know, just making it up as I go, you know, just something like that, making it fun and artistic. Okay, so this hand again is going out like that, you know, crazy jazz hand. So I'm going to draw the thumb like that, up to this finger that I drew here, up to this finger that I drew here. And I drew them a little long, a little big, look at that. But that's okay, you know what, this is my drawing. You know, this is how I want to express jazz hands. Well, that's what I'm going to do. Because see, look, you get the idea. You know what's going on here. So again, just a couple of lines, just to show that there's creases and wrinkles. All right, so let's draw the rest over here, and I've got this knee up bent and this one straight out. So bear with me here; it's going to be a little cuckoo crazy. So his belt, God, I couldn't think of that word. His belt is going to be over here like this, and I'm going to cut it off here because I got to draw the front part. Then I'm going to draw this one over here, and that's where his little grenades are going to be. And you can't see the whole thing, so I'm just kind of doing that. There's two, but we'll just do that, okay? And so then he's got this other piece, kind of like a belt under a belt, but it's like a big thick padding is what it is. So here he's got straps that hold it all in too, but all you're going to see is one of them, because I'm going to have his leg up and bent over here for this part. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw his knee to that middle piece like that, and then draw the other parts kind of around like this. Okay, and that's because it's up and bent, and basically it's like this, like my knuckle is like that, it's bent, so you just kind of just draw around it, you know. And so I wanted this one sticking out so you could see the design, so that's why I did it like this. So I'm just going to kind of go over here, and I'm going to draw those circles in the top part of that design like that, and then draw the pack that he's got, but it's bent. Remember, we're looking at the bottom of it because it's all bent over. And so the rest of his knee or leg is all back behind this. And so now, check this out. That's his foot. See, it's all bent up back behind there, so you can't see much. We'll just draw something like that. And there's the tread of his shoe. All right, is this making sense? See, I'm going to crease the material like that. So now I'm going to draw his pants out here like this, like that. And then I can draw his crazy knee pad, just like I did over here. I'm just going to draw this thing down to that. And then I can draw this big part like this. Okay. And we can draw just a regular shoe here because it's just sticking down. That's all it is. So I'm going to come down here and draw the tip of the shoe like that, down to the foot, the heel, and up like this. And so basically, because you're looking at the top of it, you can't really see too much of the tread. All this is laces, and we can just do like that, basically. So there's a couple of little things sticking out like this where it straps onto his shoe, and his knee pad, and that's all that. So I say we take care of the rest with coloring. So that is Supersonic Wolf. So here is my colored version. You could do it however you like. I just thought I'd show you how I decided to color it. If you'd like to color it like this, you can always pause the video here and use the coloring techniques that I used, or you can just make it your own. Remember, this is how I draw. You draw how you draw. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe for more adventures of how I draw. Plus, don't forget to hit that notification button to be updated about each new video.